Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be talking about a band that I recently got into, and a band that I've been listening to a lot lately ever since I got into them, and that is the band King 810. Now, I've heard some people pronounce the name as King 810, King 810, King 810. So I've heard different ways of how people pronounce the band's name. I personally call them King 810, but yeah, so I guess there's different ways you can say the band's name. But these guys are out of Flint, Michigan, so I figured it was proper to wear my Detroit Lions hat for this video, because the city of Detroit is in the state of Michigan, of course. And as of late, I've been listening to King 810. I think they're really good. Now, I did discover these guys, and at least heard about them, on one of Finn McKenty's videos in his series called Most Hated Bands. Now, how King 810 ended up being one of the most hated bands, I have no idea. Personally, I think the band's music is pretty good, and especially for like modern nu metal, or nu metal that's been around for like 5 or 10 years. Like, they're really good, especially for the genre of nu metal, and I know that nu metal has had somewhat of a resurgence lately in the past maybe 2 to 3 years, and this current generation is coming around to checking out metal for the first time, whether it's through nu metal or classic metal or whatever, and nu metal seems to be the gateway drug again for people who are trying to get into metal. Now, I've listened to hard rock and heavy metal my entire life, although nu metal was something that I got into when I was a freshman in high school, and I've been a fan of the subgenre ever since. Bands that I'm a huge fan of: King 810, which is who we're talking about today, Deftones, Korn, Limp Bizkit. I know a lot of people love to give a whole lot of shit to Limp Bizkit, but I think they're a good band. Who else? Linkin Park, of course. Rest in peace to Chester Bennington. Who's another one I got into? Nothing Face is another nu metal band that I got into this year. So King 810 and Nothing Face are the two new bands for me that I'm a new fan of within the subgenre of nu metal. So what these guys like to talk about, at least within their lyrics and within the subject matter that they talk about on their albums, they talk about their surroundings, living in Flint, Michigan, and everything from gang violence to just personal struggles with anxiety, depression, addiction. So there's a lot of common nu metal themes within their music, but I think it's cool that they talk about, the scenery with, where they came from, and, all the gang violence that they see within Flint, Michigan. Now, I did read somewhere on Wikipedia, and obviously Wikipedia gets a lot of things wrong, that King 810, or King 810, or however you want to say it, is from somewhere in Cleveland, in like there's like a rough patch in Cleveland, Ohio that's like really just not a pretty place to live. But they're from Flint, Michigan, and so that's what it officially says, at least when you search the band up. But yeah. Anyway, enough of me rambling. If you're a fan of King 8110, feel free to leave your top 15 favorite songs down in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite album is from these guys, and how did you discover them, and all that good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get started. At number 1, I have their song Red Queen from 11th Movement in G major. Number 2 is Hellhounds from 11th Movement in G major. Number 3 is Love Under Will from 11th Movement in G major. Number 4 is Suicide Machines from 11th Movement in G major. Number 5 is Brains on the Asphalt from Follow My Tears EP. Number 6 is Alpha and Omega from A Conversation with God. Number 7 is Kill 'Em All from Memoirs of a Murderer. And no, it is not a Metallica cover, in case anyone wonders. Number 8 is Best Night of My Life from Memoirs of a Murderer. Number 9 is Fat Around the Heart from Memoirs of a Murderer. And Fat Around the Heart was actually one of the first King 8110 music videos that I checked out. And their music videos are pretty good. Number 10 is Treading and Trodden from Memoirs of a Murderer. Number 11 is Desperate Lovers from Memoirs of a Murderer. And this is probably, even though it didn't crack the top 10 on this list, at least the way that's written out, this is a song that I come back to time and time again. I've had it on repeat recently, along with a lot of these songs. And what keeps me coming back to this song in particular, Desperate Lovers, is the guitar riff that's playing throughout the entire song. It's really heavy and catchy, and there's a lot of groove. Now, I can say that for really all these songs on this list, but Desperate Lovers especially has just a really mean and nasty and groovy guitar riff. Number 12 is Boogeyman from Memoirs of a Murderer. Number 13 is Devil Don't Cry from Memoirs of a Murderer, and this is the ballad on the album. It's driven by an acoustic guitar, and it's just very beautifully done, in my opinion, and I think it's really good. Number 14 is Midwest Monsters, the title track from their EP, Midwest Monsters. And last but not least, at number 15, we have The Death Posture from Midwest Monsters. So that's my list, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Rock on.